Praised be Jesus Christ and His Holy Mother Mary. Dear brothers and sisters, we welcome you to listen to the word from Virgin Mary that Luz de Maria de Bonilla received. This is an extremely essential message in these times. It is about what will happen in the future and what we need do to boost our immunity against present viruses. This will be a message containing Luz de Maria's comment and a short comment at the conclusion. The message of the Blessed Virgin Mary. To her beloved daughter Luz de Maria, beloved children of my Immaculate Heart, I bless you. My Immaculate Heart yearns to hold you close to it in order to protect you. You must look at yourself, analyze yourself, and realize that conversion is what will keep you firm in your faith. Looking at yourself without distortion, being honest with yourself, will lead you to live in spirit and truth, closer to the divine and further away from what is worldly. Beloved children, you are living in hazardous times in which evil is spreading its poison without causing you to die instantly, but gradually. The suffering of God's people provides joy to evil, and so, children, you must prepare yourself so that you will not collapse when tempted. You will be silenced instantly because global power does not allow criticism or the truth reaching you. Take note of the language that all governments use to address the people. Those who are devoted to my Son will be made to suffer as a result of this uniformity. Do not be afraid, my Son will not abandon you, the angelic choirs will assist you, and this Mother will intercede on your behalf. Work and behave in accordance with the real magisterium of the Church so that you do not depart from everlasting salvation by working and doing contrary to the will of God. Pray, meditate, and maintain inner silence. You must fortify your immune system. The epidemic is spreading at an alarming rate. Use the Artemisia plant as an infusion at this time. With my Immaculate Heart, I bless you. I am with you, you are not alone. Mother Mary's reaction to Maria's defeat. Brothers and sisters, in order to encourage us in the faith, our Most Holy Mother asks us to be loyal and faithful children of her Son. In her invitation, she emphasizes conversion as the first step in establishing this experience with Christ in order to rescue the soul and keep us firm in our faith. Our Mother forewarns us so that we can prepare. Being bearers of good and witnesses to faith, hope and charity. Amen. The sky had darkened to a deep blue, almost gray color. The very sight is terrifying. Everywhere there was a strong wind with an astonishing howl and a dreadful whistle that resonated in the air like an enraged lion's cry across the entire earth. People and animals were terrified and disgusted. The entire globe was in confusion. It will be during the bloody law, Third World War, when they will kill one another because they will murder their fists without mercy. The unlucky will bear the brunt of God's wrath. In His omnipotence, He will punish their arrogance, greed, and arrogant audacity. God will use the power of darkness to exterminate the separated apostate, wicked ungodly people who were ready to destroy the Holy Mother Church, and wanted to destroy it to the ground. These wicked people wanted to throw God from His venerable throne. God, however, will laugh at them for their anger and punish them with one nod of His almighty hand. He will do so in such a way that He will allow the powers of darkness to leave hell. A huge legion of evil spirits will flood the whole world in destroying them. They will carry out God's justice's commands. Evil spirits must submit to her authority. They can cause as much damage as God permits them to individuals, their belongings and products, their family possessions, villages, towns, mansions, palaces, and everything else on earth. God will issue a stern command to the powers of evil that all rebels who disrespect Him in a bold way by their pride and arrogance make a horrible order with them. God will enable the savagery of dreadful demons to punish these offenders. Because they willingly submitted to the power of darkness and used it to harass the Church, God will allow them to be killed by cruel and merciless wicked spirits. On the contrary, good Christians will be under the overwhelming and victorious protection of the holy apostles Peter and Paul. They will watch over them carefully and protect them, so that the demons will not harm them or their property. Good Christians will be saved from unmerciful destruction caused by evil spirits with God's permission. They will be concealed and undamaged. God will allow demonic spirits to wreak devastation on the planet. They will demolish all areas where God has been insulted through defilement, serving the emotions, and sacrilege. All of these locations will be demolished and reduced to ruins. Any trace of them will vanish. When this act of faith is completed, the wicked will be executed and these evil places will be demolished. It will then lighten up again. The last warning, a cosmic disaster, 3 days of darkness, the last harvest of demons, Satan's defeat, the resurrection of the earth. First, you will see a gigantic golden cross in the sky. Everyone and everything will hear a huge lightning strike, a whirlwind will erupt like a tornado, and everything will sweep away everything in its path. The earth will start trembling intermittently at first, then continuously rocking. The stars will change their direction quickly and completely differently than they have in the past. The sky will change. The Large Dipper and the Small Dipper will both go. Everything will begin to drift apart. The sky will change, and it will be terrible. Those who have long died will emerge among you tonight, and everything, even air and water, will begin to burn. Only those with God in their hearts will be granted mercy. They will also run through the streets, carts drawn from hell, loaded with demons and evil spirits. They will do great havoc, tumult, noise, groan and cry. Your houses will fall apart like houses of cards. In this terrible hour, Satan will boldly act. They will capture the souls of those who have forsaken God and propagated disbelief across the globe, those who have ripped the faith and the cross from the hearts of God's people, and let the murdering mothers tremble those who slaughtered their conceived children in this terrible night. There will be increasing amounts of enormous terror. The seas and oceans will rise from their coasts and crash ashore in the shape of a massive standing wall. Following that, everything will encircle a ring that will swiftly expand minute by minute. It will turn into a hurricane fire, engulfing the entire world. Everything will begin to burn, and the seas and oceans' waters will boil and burn like kerosene if these days of darkness are not turned away from humanity. Everything that lives on earth will perish in these days of darkness. Only those who have God in their hearts, follow God's holy commandments, and have a deep trust in the Holy Trinity and the Immaculate Virgin Mary will be able to reach the staves of mercy. Only they can survive, and only through prayer and the sacrifice of their pain can they survive. The darkness will eventually depart the agonizing desolate planet Earth after 3 days of a tremendous storm, the awful wrath of God. It will be terrible to see her. There will be ashes, nothing but ashes. There will be chasms and boiling water where there were mountains, and hard muddy places where there were oceans. During this period, all the waters will be poisoned and black as tar. On the 5th day a great holy majestic angel of God in white robes will descend from heaven. He will hold hyssop twigs in his hand, and he will put those hyssop twigs into all seas, rivers and oceans, and cleanse the waters, and again the bitter water will turn into sweet drinkable, and the water will become clear, sanctified by the power of God's hyssop, and will be healthy as a drink. Dear brothers and sisters, while we listen to the Holy Mother's message, keep in mind that global power does not tolerate criticism. Despite all of the dreadful things that continue to enter our ears, we must maintain our faith. Let us put our confidence in Jesus and Mary. Let us remember to commit our entire families to them. During this time of galloping sickness, about which we are virtually daily told, let us fortify our immunity with the Artemisia plant, often known as mugwort. Regardless of the outcome of events, as demonstrated by exploding volcanoes, one should trust God and believe in His kindness. We must stand firm in our faith. All indicators point to the coming times becoming increasingly challenging for people of faith. As a result, let us remember to strengthen ourselves via prayer every day. Let us urge others to do the same, especially with the Holy Rosary and the chaplet of God's compassion, so that as many people as possible might survive these upcoming horrors. Let us recall the Gospel's words. If someone wishes to follow me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whomever wishes to preserve his life will lose it, while whoever wishes to lose his life because of me and the Gospel will retain it. Maintain your faith in God and testify to His love every day.